Ever wondered if it's possible to design your future child's traits like eye color, height, or even intelligence? Well, welcome to the fascinating world of genetically modified embryos and designer babies. This concept, straight out of a sci-fi novel, is actually a reality today. Imagine, if you will, a future where parents could select specific traits for their unborn children. A world where it's possible to choose your child's eye color, hair texture, height, or even to enhance their intellectual capabilities before they are even born. This is the realm of designer babies, a controversial yet intriguing intersection of science, technology, and ethics. Genetically modified embryos are the starting point in this process. Through genetic manipulation, scientists can alter the DNA of an embryo to influence certain traits. This isn't science fiction anymore, it's real, and it's happening. So sit back, and let's delve into this captivating subject matter. But how do scientists make it possible to design babies? Well, it all boils down to the magic of genetics and biotechnology. At the heart of every organism, including humans, is DNA. This double helix structure carries all the information that makes you. Your hair color, height, even your susceptibility to certain diseases. It's all encoded in your DNA. Now enter biotechnology and a nifty tool called CRISPR-Cas9. Imagine DNA as a book filled with sentences, words, and letters. CRISPR-Cas9 is like a precise pair of scissors that can cut out, replace, or add letters to this genetic book. By doing so, scientists can remove unwanted genetic traits or add desirable ones. This is where the concept of genetically modified embryos comes in. Scientists can now potentially edit the genes of an embryo to eliminate disease or enhance certain traits. Sounds like science fiction, right? But it's not. The power to alter human genetics is now in the hands of scientists. You might wonder, what can we actually do with this technology today? In truth, our current capabilities are quite remarkable. We can now screen embryos for genetic disorders and select traits like eye color. However, it's not all about picking and choosing. There are ethical considerations to bear in mind. For instance, should we really be playing God and altering the course of natural evolution? Now let's look ahead. Imagine a future where we could potentially eliminate all genetic diseases like the Down Syndrome or Alzheimer's disease. Or perhaps we could engineer superhuman traits like enhanced intelligence or physical prowess. Some might even dare to dream of extending human lifespan beyond our wildest imaginations. However, with great power comes great responsibility. The ethical questions will only grow more complex and pressing. Will we rise to the challenge, or will we falter under the weight of our own creation? The future of this technology holds endless possibilities, yet also offers a cautionary tale. Are there real-life examples of designer babies? Is it even legal, I hear you ask? Well, let's dive into this. The most notable example of this technology in action is the case of the so-called CRISPR babies in China. In 2018, scientist He Jiankui announced that he had altered the genes of twin girls to make them resistant to HIV. This was met with global outrage, as the safety and ethical implications of such actions are still largely unexplored. On the legal front, the landscape is a patchwork. In some countries like the UK, certain forms of genetic modification for serious medical conditions are permitted. However, in many places, including the United States, it's strictly prohibited to implant genetically modified embryos into a woman. In essence, while we've seen the potential of this technology, the legal and ethical boundaries are still being defined. The legality of genetically modifying embryos varies globally, and it's a hot topic of debate. So, the notion of designer babies is no longer a concept confined to the realms of science fiction. We've journeyed through the intriguing world of genetically modified embryos, unearthing the remarkable technology behind it all. We've glimpsed into the present capabilities where we can screen for certain genetic disorders and select for preferred traits. We've also dared to envision a future where the possibilities could be limitless, potentially leading us to a new era of human evolution. We've seen examples of how this technology is already being used today, and we've grappled with the complex legalities surrounding it. The cost, as we've learned, is hefty, and raises questions about accessibility and equity. As we stand on the precipice of this new era in human evolution, we must ask ourselves, just because we can, does it mean we should?